Hello. I want to talk a little bit about peng. We were going over this in class a bit when we were working on push in the taiji form. And one of the things that I was talking a lot about in class tonight, in Qigong class and in taiji, was talking about being very relaxed. I know that some people think that you could be too relaxed and then you're collapsed. I maintain the idea that you could be very relaxed and yet connected, and so that you won't be collapsed. Even though someone may look at you and think that you might end up collapsing if some sort of force were to come upon you, it's not necessarily the case if you remain connected. Let me go over a couple of these scenarios here. Get into a front-weighted stance here. Yeah, that's good. And put your arms here and be relatively strong. So Robert is going to be resisting what I'm doing here. So if I'm pushing into him, he's relatively strong there. If I'm going to do a push here on, and I place my arms here, and I keep everything lightly extended at Robert, even though I'm relatively relaxed, but I'm extended towards him, he could feel a connection to me, hopefully, because of this extension. And if I relax and push from my body and neutralize while I do this, I could push him out. And it's relatively easy for me to do. He's not feeling like he can resist against that. But the one thing is, he can feel this engagement where my arms are. As light as it may be, I'm not pushing hard like this. It's soft, but he can feel this and where it's coming from. And not necessarily where it's coming from, but that it's coming. On the other hand, I could get my arms very, very relaxed, so they're just floppy, which people don't like too much to talk about. They think of it as being just wrong right off the bat. But if I put my arms and just relax them on here, so they're on Robert, and conventional wisdom tells us that if my arms are just resting on him like this, and I move my body, that they'll collapse, that there's nothing holding them. Well, I want my arms to be this relaxed. What's going to be keeping my arms from collapsing is peng. It's the whole body connection. So I'm really going to be that relaxed, and my arms are just here. And as I sink everything and relax everything, and then as I move forward, these don't collapse. He goes, and you should not have been able to feel a change. Right. In the first example where I had, I wasn't holding these out tensely, but there was an extension there. You should feel the change. You feel that, okay, I'm coming now, that this is coming at you. Whereas when I keep my arms very relaxed, let's do that again. When I keep my arms very relaxed like that, and I move my body forward, my arms aren't going to collapse as long as they're connected. If I just plop them up here and I move like this, if my body's flimsy, yeah, they'll be collapsing. But they really can just be super relaxed like this. They could just be draped on Robert. Now, I'm not saying that martially I want to be draped on somebody like that. But what I'm saying is they're not going to collapse. I could have them draped and I could be relaxed, sinking. Everything's connected through the sinking. Okay, I don't have to be extended out. I could be very close. Not that I want to be close in an application, but I don't have to be real big and round and extended like an external bridge hand or something. I don't have to keep a bridge here and then maintain that to keep a distance. I could be in a lot closer like this and just be very relaxed. I could have a high stance. I'm just going to shift ever so slightly. Keep these very relaxed like this, as long as I do it right and I'm connected through syncing. Then they're not going to collapse. I stay together. And that's the same with any of the movements. Anything. A rollback, it's all the same. Let me think about rollback here. Just from a static position, have this leg forward. If his arm's up here and I want to roll back, okay? Obviously, if I'm pulling, there's a fight. If I'm doing this, if I'm trying to push up and over and all that. Now I could have that kind of bridge type of pong going on, where I could be bigger, round, and kind of extend it and relax, and I could make them go up and over or something like that. That's fine. But I could also keep these very relaxed on him. This could just be resting here. This could just be here. Be very, very, very relaxed. Let's move back closer to the wall a little bit, make sure we're all in frame. These can be just very relaxed, like this. And as long as I am syncing everything, they'll be connected through there. So these are just going to be like this. And immediately as I turn, it just goes. Because the connection is there. That's the peng. The peng jin is still there. And it's there because of song. It's there because of the syncing. The connection is there, and I'm relaxed, and he doesn't necessarily feel the changes. Okay, so there's two things that I want to bring up about what we're doing here. One is that, get into the stance again with your arms up, good. One is that I had my arms on him, and they were falling down. I'm letting them fall because I'm trying to emphasize just how relaxed the arms are. A lot of people aren't used to having their arms out relaxed. Even when they're practicing taiji, they know that they have to be relaxed with their arms, but they're not really having their arms out relaxed. They're using a tiny bits of force to hold them in place to make nice shapes, instead of them really being relaxed and using the body connections to move the arms around. So if you're practicing this kind of exercise, I really want you to have your arms that relaxed. However, you don't have to let them fall off the person. In fact, in real taiji, I mean, people aren't just going to be standing around like that. People are going to be moving around. You have to have a light sensitive energy there. The connection has to go out to your hands, and you'll be sticking and adhering and following the person. So what I was showing, in a sense, with the arms dropping off, was a little bit poor because there's no sticking and adhering. However, I had a stationary target here. So for practice purposes, that's fine. Just remember, down the road, you're not going to have a loose connection like that with the person. Him standing there and offering a strong stance makes up for the fact that there was just a loose connection. The other thing that you want to remember is the shoulders. My arms are resting on Robert, but I don't want my shoulders to rest on Robert. In other words, whoever your practice partner is, don't let your shoulders get so relaxed that they relax down this way and out the arm. If I rest my arms and shoulders on Robert, he'll feel this as a little bit heavier. Start to move forward at me. And because of that, my shoulders are down like this and they're resting on him. That means he has control of that because he has my shoulders. They're resting on him, so move. So if he moves, it's already starts to have me. Likewise, and be strong. If my arms are resting on Robert and my shoulders are resting on him, even if I relax the rest of my body, as I start to push, my shoulders are stuck because they were leaning on him. And then he could feel that and he could fight back. Right now I'm pushing into his weak spot, but he could feel it right away. What you want is your shoulders to relax down into your body. So they're relaxing down. My arms are resting on Robert here. So my hands and arms are resting here, but my shoulders are resting straight down. And so this doesn't feel so heavy on Robert. My upper body, my shoulders, this part of me isn't resting on him. I'm not leaning on him with my body weight. My shoulders are sinking down, and I'm keeping my center. My hands are placed lightly on here, and then I go. It's a very light exchange because of that. So keep those two things in mind. Sticking, adhering, following, and so forth would happen in a real situation, but the shoulders need to be going straight down, sinking into the body. The shoulders don't rest onto the person. Okay, and I'll give you an example of that in one moment. Okay, so an example that I want to give about keeping the shoulder with the body and not out with the arm. It's real simple. Let me have you. Let's go this way here. So you over here, Robert. Let me have you here, Eddie. And what I want you to do is put your arms up like this, about like this, and keep them there strongly, so that if I'm pushing down, it's strong. Good. So what I want you to do is just place your hand. Don't push on it. Just place it lightly so you can feel what I'm doing. What I want to do, what I talked about is not letting the shoulder go out with the arm. But so if I do that, it's like this. Okay. Stay strong. I'm just going to rest my arms on here, but my shoulders also resting on him. And so you should feel a certain amount of pressure at it. And from here, if I start pushing, because my shoulders are not syncing with my body, that automatically makes them stuck. And as I push, it all becomes a struggle, right? If I do this and I keep my shoulders syncing with my body, and I rest my hands up here, how's my hands feel, Addie?
One.
Right, but my arms are completely relaxed. My hand's light because my shoulder isn't resting. My shoulder's with my body. Now when I'm like this, if I move my arms down and I move from my center, they're not stuck. Now, did you feel a pressure increase as I moved down?
No.
Right. It really shouldn't increase in pressure as I move down because my shoulder, my body isn't resting on him. What's happening though is that because my shoulders are sinking down, what's out here is connected to my whole body. So as this goes down, it's actually the weight of my entire body going down on him. And so I don't really need a pressure increase there. It just works that way. So it's important, keep the shoulders with the body, not out with the arms. And that's that. Okay, so thank you, Robert. Thank you, Addie. And goodbye.